working the concept of the high lift crane. And Lafarge, the cement company, which has a camera on one of their nests right here in the Vancouver Harbor, the lady Jane in charge down there at the plant, is now, right as we speak, and I may get a phone call and I have to take it, she's trying to arrange a whole bunch of big, what they call curtains or mats that go on the ground that will support this 65-ton truck. And she's trying to arrange those to go over to Victoria. So tomorrow maybe we'll have this mats down. It's drying out every moment because of this fine weather, getting drier and drier. And it's surprising how a few days of this, and it's been 5 days since Sunday, since the crane operator went there and said, I can't drive my car on there. So the plan at the moment is back to plan one, which is to get this crane, but we have to get these mats. And Lafarge is trying to find us these mats right as we speak. And then tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be able to drive this crane back in there, and I'll go up on the crane and solve whatever the problem is with this chick. Unhook it. If the leg isn't terribly bad, we'll try to leave the chick right in the nest. We'll clean the camera lenses, as you know, if you look at our site, the center of the lens. But can't help that. That's what chicks do. They eat or they do that. So we're back to remanipulating plan A.
Okay, but how would you feel about just leaving it there, and could the bird die?
Well, obviously, I'm not in favor of just letting the bird die. If it was a natural circumstance, I would opt for that. If the bird was sick on its own, or it was being starved to death because oh no, these won't bother you. Well,
No?
they might
Okay,
peck
I'm
you.
not a peck. I'm not a bird.
These are just some of my tame cranes.
Okay, sorry, buddy, you can't go over there. Over there. I know you really like it.
Come on, over there.
Over
Back
there,
over
over
there. So, yeah, I would not want to see this crane die, obviously. But if it was a natural circumstance, there just wasn't enough food in the habitat to support them, then I'd have to say we have to let nature take its course. But nature, in this case, isn't quite the ruler, because it's probably caught with a fish line. And that's already a human intervention, and we've caused the problem. So I feel we have a bit bigger obligation than just to watch. If we've caused the problem, let's try to resolve it. And that's really where we're at. I wouldn't normally have been involved with this rescue, because it would have been better to let nature carry on. But this isn't nature. This is man's problem, and so we're trying to help with it. But so far we haven't quite been successful. We've had such goodwill from everybody. Everybody has come up with ways of helping. I mean, somebody's even suggested a way of using 4 elephants to do something. I haven't figured out what the 4 elephants are going to do.
Tell me,
But
how is the bird doing it?
Well, the chick seems to be doing marvelously well. It's being fed. It's just that every time it tries to go back to join its mother or the other 2 chicks, it can't. It's hooked right there. So, I mean, it will perish if we don't do something. Possibly
Why will it perish, though? It's still getting food.
Well, because it has to, it's now 5 weeks old tomorrow, and in 12 weeks, there it is.
Done.
Okay, there we are.
Can you tell me how many people have watched the parents of these birds over the years?
No, I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of millions of people. 1 month, a few years ago, we had 55 million people tune in 1 month, and it carried on. Not quite as many, because this has stimulated a lot of people to have more live camps. This was the first world-recognized live camp. They've got world attention. So, but now there's quite a few. We've got cameras in 4 different active bald eagle nests. So there's a lot of people collectively watching all these
But
different
your
cameras.
birds, these particular birds, how many do you figure have watched them on and
Well,
off over the years? What's your estimate?
I don't know. There might be 300 or 400 million people over the years have watched this. I mean, it's a lot of people. They have a lot of fans rooting for them. Yeah.
What is the overall health of the eagle population in BC?
Oh, it's doing very well. I mean, eagles have moved back into the human-occupied areas, like the Fraser Valley, at an incredible rate. Once they learned that we weren't going to shoot and kill them and so on, they have moved right into the urban areas very effectively. Lots of food in the urban areas, lots of dead cats and rabbits and rats and muskrats and ducks killed on the roadside. Lots of food, as well as the natural food along the shorelines. So the eagle does very well if he can find a place to put a big nest. That's in part the limiting factor, is where to get a big enough nest tree to hold this great, huge, bulky 500 to 1,000 pound nest.
Wow.
Yeah, they're big nests. They can
That's
go
huge.
a ton.
Yeah, they can go a ton.
They can go a ton after a number of years of
Adding.
of adding.
Additions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are all my questions.
Good.
If you,
I'll just
we'll
go
just
wide.
take a wide shot. Yeah.
Well, I can see he's under pressure.
Yeah, we have to get the
I know
tape out
that. Yeah,
ASAP.
fair enough. Fair
What
enough.
are we at? 3:15. Okay. Well, because the